Hello, my good friends, and a good day to you. Welcome to the Eat, Drink, Explore Radio Network's Market Fresh Hour. I'm your host, Randall White. It is 33 minutes past the hour, and nice to have you joining us for our weekly get-together to chat about all things, locally grown and produced food and beverages that make California such an amazing place to call home. Hey, if you ever miss a week or just want to rehear a segment, you can find all the information you need online at eatdrinkexplore.com. The video simulcast versions of our radio segments are available at youtube.com/eatdrinkexplore. In fact, we post links on all of our social media pages. They're all the same, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. It's just the website and then /eatdrinkexplore. This portion of Market Fresh brought to you by our good friends at Sidecar Restaurant, located in the heart of historic downtown San Luis Obispo on Broad between Higuera and Marsh Streets. You know, hang out at the Mission down there, do a little downtown shopping, and then pull yourself away from the crowd for just a moment and step into Sidecar and enjoy something nice. And now is the time to book your tickets to Sidecar's big Roaring 20s New Year's Eve Bash. Champagne toast, party punch, and a lot of other extras are included. Find Sidecar Restaurant online at sidecarslo.com and let them know you heard about their great restaurant right here on Market Fresh. New research published earlier this month in the Annals of Internal Medicine show, in most cases, taking vitamin supplements or a daily multivitamin is not necessary and is quite possibly a big waste of your hard-earned money. This, of course, not good news for those who love the comfort that comes with knowing you're doing something good for your body and mind, that easily also, nor for the massive industry that sells these promises of hope to consumers. You know, Americans spend some $28 billion each year on supplements as we search for that magic pill. So the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force wanted to know if all of that money is being well spent. This research, which combines information from a wide array of previous studies known as meta-analysis, shows if you eat a balanced diet full of fresh fruits and veggies, basically what we preach each and every week here on the show, then you're golden when it comes to your vitamin intake levels, and there is no need for supplementation. There are some rare examples, though, and we will discuss those during this segment. Joining us on the Market Fresh live line right now to help us understand the study and what it all means is Dr. Cynthia Mulrow. She's with the University of Texas Health Science Center in San Antonio and is a senior deputy editor at the journal and co-wrote an editorial published with this new research. Welcome to the program, Doctor.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Pleasure to have you with us. I was talking to you off air for just a moment that I was recently in San Antonio, and I love your city. Boy, what a good time I had there going up and down the Riverwalk, and nice weather I guess you're having right now as well.
Yes, and great food also.
Lots of really, really good food, and I'm a big fan of anything with that Latin flair from Mexico, and you have plenty of Tex-Mex. So our diets for the most part in the United States are getting better, I hope. Were these findings surprising to you at all?
The findings were not really surprising. We've known for a long time that most people in the United States have diets whereby they are not deficient in micronutrients, but some of the studies that we just published recently were the first of their kind. So, for example, one of the studies that we published had to do with physicians who were taking a daily multivitamin for many years, and this particular study was large. It followed the physicians for 12 years, and it looked at whether the multivitamin would help prevent cognitive decline at all. And the study pretty conclusively documented that the multivitamin really did not help prevent cognitive decline or help improve cognitive performance.
Mm-hmm.
So it was one of the largest studies that we've seen, and it looked at cognitive decline, which hadn't been looked at in that many large studies before.
So this meta-analysis, which was really comprehensive, was it not?
We published a systematic review also, which was a systematic review that had been done for the task force, not the actual task force recommendations.
Mm.
That systematic review looked at 3 trials of multivitamins and 24 trials of single or paired vitamins, and all of those trials combined involved more than 400,000 participants.
Whoa.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so the conclusion of the authors of that review was that there was not really any clear evidence of a beneficial effect of supplements either on mortality or cardiovascular disease or cancer.
Now, the studies show that there's nothing to be gained necessarily from taking these vitamins. Is there any risk in taking the vitamins? Did the studies indicate that if you take too much vitamin C or B or whatever it might be, that you could actually cause harm?
That particular review confirmed that there are studies that show that taking beta-carotene and high doses of beta-carotene, and particularly if you are a smoker,
Mm-hmm.
might result in increased risk for lung cancer. There have been other reviews that suggest that vitamin E might be associated with a small increased risk of mortality, actually. That particular review that we published for the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force found really no benefit from vitamin E. It did not find evidence of a large harm either, but some other studies have suggested that there might be possible harm from too much vitamin E. And then lastly, I would say that there have been studies that show high doses of vitamin A supplements are harmful.
And beta-carotene, your body turns that into vitamin A, correct? Is that how it works? I know that might be simplifying it, but...
Yeah, I think that may be simplifying it.
Yeah, it's because vitamin A is not found naturally in plant products. It's only found in animal products, correct?
As far as I know.
Yeah, I think I might have that. It's all dusty upstairs for me, doctor, because I I took these courses in nutrition at Cal Poly back in the late 80s. And I have to say that even back then, between 1985 and 1989, all of my professors across the board said that vitamins were not necessary and that it just, in many cases, gave you really expensive urine. Nicely put, I guess, or not so nicely put. And I have been telling my parents this for some time, but I sort of backed off a little bit because I thought, I know they're spending a lot of money on these vitamins, but perhaps there's a placebo effect where they're taking these, and because in their mind they feel better about taking it, maybe there's a long-term sort of health glow that comes from that. But if that were the case, then these studies would show at least some level of health benefits from vitamins because all of the people taking them would be having this placebo effect. But that doesn't show up either, does it?
That didn't show up either, but the study that I mentioned that involved the physicians did have a placebo group. So you wouldn't be able to separate out whether the multivitamin was doing anything related to a placebo effect.
Yeah. Interesting. So, doctor, I know that there were a couple of vitamins that don't fall into this category. And what do those include?
Well, I think that these studies did not look at pregnant women, for example, and although the review that was done for the task force did look at vitamin D, it found in particular that the studies related to vitamin D are inconclusive and thought that much more work needed to be done to clarify whether vitamin D has benefits or not, and in what doses and for whom.
Because vitamin D is something that many of us get without even buying a supplement, because the supplement is added directly to milk.
That's correct. And if we are exposed to sunlight, we end up getting adequate amounts of vitamin D in our body.
Naturally.
Yes.
So, well, doctor, I got to say, really interesting information. I can't imagine the supplement industry is thrilled with it, but but I appreciate you being on the show with us today. Dr. Cynthia Mulrow with the University of Texas Health Science Center in San Antonio. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. Be well and eat well.
Likewise. All right, everyone.